He said he loved me, but the truth is much harsher, Amelia cried as she spoke about Jamie. Amelia sat by the window of the small cafe, fingers wrapped tightly around a cup of tea that had long gone cold. Outside, the rain slid down the glass in thin, trembling lines, as if the sky itself were struggling to hold something back. Her eyes followed each drop until it disappeared, just as she had watched so many promises vanish over the years. I believed him, she whispered, her voice breaking. Every word. Jamie had entered her life quietly, without drama or fireworks. He was attentive, gentle, the kind of man who remembered how she took her coffee and asked about her day with genuine curiosity. After years of emotional distance in past relationships, his warmth felt like shelter. When he told her he loved her, it didn't sound rehearsed. It sounded inevitable. At least, that's what Amelia had thought. In the beginning, love was simple. Late-night walks, shared secrets, laughter that came easily. Jamie spoke often about the future, about traveling together, about building something lasting. He looked at her as if she were the only person in the room. Amelia, who had always guarded her heart carefully, let herself believe that this time was different. But love, she would later learn, can wear a convincing disguise. The first cracks appeared so subtly that Amelia blamed herself for noticing them. Jamie would cancel plans at the last minute, always with a reasonable excuse. He became protective of his phone, stepping outside to take calls, lowering his voice when she entered the room. When she asked if something was wrong, he smiled and kissed her forehead. "Don't overthink it," he said softly. "I love you." Those words became his shield. Every doubt she raised dissolved beneath them. Amelia wanted to trust him, and so she did, again and again, until trust became habit rather than choice. The truth arrived not with a confrontation, but with an accident. One evening, Jamie left his phone on the kitchen table when he rushed out to buy groceries. It vibrated. Once. Twice. Amelia tried to ignore it, but when the screen lit up, a name she didn't recognize appeared alongside a message preview that stopped her breath. "I miss you already." Her hands trembled as she picked up the phone. She told herself there must be an explanation, some misunderstanding that would disappear once spoken aloud. But as she scrolled, her hope collapsed. Messages filled with intimacy, inside jokes, plans Amelia had never heard about. Another life. Another woman. When Jamie returned, groceries still in his arms, he found Amelia sitting silently, the phone on the table between them. For a long moment, he said nothing, then came the excuses. The half-truths. The claim that it didn't mean anything, that he was confused, that Amelia was still the one he loved. He reached for her hand, his voice trembling now, as if he were the wounded one. "I never meant to hurt you," he said. Amelia pulled away. That was the moment something inside her finally broke, not loudly, not dramatically, but completely. She realized that love built on lies was not love at all, but control wrapped in tenderness. Jamie hadn't just betrayed her, he had rewritten reality while asking her to trust him blindly. "He said he loved me," Amelia cried later, telling her story to a friend, to a stranger, to anyone who would listen. "But the truth is much harsher. He loved how I made him feel. He loved having someone who believed him." Walking away was harder than staying. There were nights when loneliness felt heavier than betrayal, when she missed the version of Jamie she had loved, the version that, she now knew, had never fully existed. Healing was slow, uneven, and painful. But with each passing day, Amelia reclaimed pieces of herself she hadn't realized she had lost. She learned that love should never demand silence, doubt, or self-erasure. Real love, she decided, does not hide in shadows or survive on apologies. One afternoon, months later, Amelia returned to the same cafe. The rain was gone. Sunlight spilled across the tables, warm and unapologetic. She ordered tea again, but this time she drank it while it was still hot. When she looked out the window, she didn't wait for anything to disappear. She was finally free to see clearly, and that, she realized, was the beginning of a much kinder truth.